Good evening, everyone. This is your evening news recap, your nightly news podcast on all the news that I come across throughout the day, giving you my take as somebody who aspires to be a politician in the near future. Hopefully, all you guys are doing wonderful. Hopefully, all you guys are doing well. Today is October 13th, and it is Thursday. Still feeling not the greatest, but the grind never stops, so we're here. But hopefully, all you guys are doing well. Just as a reminder, there will not be any episodes this weekend. I'm going out to play the Pokemon Go Wild Area event. They happen very few throughout the year. And those are really the only times I take off. So that's my justification. Sue me. Outside of that, though, hopefully all you guys are doing well. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. All the support would be greatly appreciated, as we are trying to hit 500 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. And if you're on Substack, please also consider subscribing as well. All funds go to me. They help me pay for the things that I need to pay for in college, like groceries, like clothing, like all of that. But if not, you can always subscribe for free. I truly do appreciate all forms of support on this content. With that being said, let's get into the news from today. Moving on into the Trump administration segment, the first topic we have today is the Trump administration has announced economic numbers for October probably will never be released. The White House has announced that economic numbers for October may not be released at all due to the government shutdown after it dragged on for more than 6 weeks. Caroline Leavitt said in a statement, "The Democrat shutdown made it extraordinarily difficult for economists, investors, and policymakers, at Federal Reserve to receive critical government data. This comes at a time where the United States has continuously had its economic numbers on a downturn since the start of the Trump administration, which has led many to believe that October's economic numbers are far worse than expected." This is most definitely because they go against the Trump narrative, where he has continuously said that the American economy is doing great. It's not. Our economy is the worst it has been, if not ever, in a very long time. Under the Trump administration, he didn't even get a chance, to take credit for Biden's residual economy that he would have had for the first 2 years of his administration, because as soon as he stepped in, he destroyed it. I mean, truthfully, that's what he did with the tariffs. This is all his fault. Don't forget that. I mean, that's just a fact. The American economy, it's not very great. There are less jobs available than there are people who are unemployed right now. There are tariffs, which are not great for consumers at all, and so many other things that are just as a whole making the American economy struggle. And that's all Trump's fault. Truthfully, it is. In other news, the Trump administration is suing California for redistricting. The Trump administration is suing California for their effort to redraw state congressional maps ahead of the midterms after voters approved Prop 50 in the state last week, allowing Democrats to pick up more seats within the state. The Republican Party of California has sued the state for this, along with the Trump administration, looking to sue them to block it. If it is successful, this would prevent the state from redistricting and boost Republicans' chances to hold on to their House minority after the 2026 midterms. A spokesperson for Gavin Newsom said in a statement, "These losers lost at the ballot box and soon will lose in court." Oh, so only red states can do it. Right, because that's so fair. If we're suing California, why aren't we suing Texas? Why aren't we suing Ohio? I believe they redistrict. Why aren't we suing North Carolina or all the other states who have redistricted for Republicans? Because it only matters when Republicans do it. When Democrats do it, it's bad, right? You know what else is wild? California is the only state where voters got to choose if they redistrict or not. All these other Republican states forced it onto their constituents. None of them allowed people to vote, besides California. Yet we're going to spend time suing a state because they actually gave the people a voice and they voted to redistrict the state. En masse, mind you. That is absolutely bullshit. I cannot wait for them to lose this case because, God forbid, we, for one, give the people a voice so we have actual democracy in this country, but also, God forbid, the people support something that is against Trump. Like, come on, dude. You're telling me all the other red states can do it, but not California. And the people actually voted on it in California. That's kind of wild. Even if you're MAGA, you would have to admit that that is kind of wild. Anyways, moving on into the Epstein files. It's been a great day for me, reading all the things that have come out today. So let's get into it. Trump spent Thanksgiving with Epstein as president. New email suggests that Trump has spent time with Jeffrey Epstein on his first Thanksgiving in office as president, An email chain between Epstein and someone called Faith Cates from November 3rd of 2017 asked Epstein where he was spending Thanksgiving, to which Epstein responded, Eva. Epstein was asked if anyone else was with him, and he replied, David Fitzel, Hansen, Trump. With all the information that has come out during this administration, I am still certain that Trump is in those files. In fact, I'm sure his name is all over them. I mean, now we have confirmation that the man spent holidays with Epstein while he was in office. While he was the president, he was spending time with a sex offender. That's not a sign to you. That's not a sign that Trump is connected, is in these files. Get your head out of the sand. And if you don't believe that Trump is in the Epstein files after we read everything we do today, you're cooked. In other news, Republicans, or more than 100 Republicans, plan to vote to release the Epstein files. A significant number of Republicans will be voting to release the Epstein files, according to Politico. More than 100 plan to vote for it, which is a massive break from the Trump administration, something we really have not seen. Now, of course, this is just House Republicans, and it would still have to go through the Senate, but it is very possible it'll pass the Senate as well. Many Republicans have started to come out saying that they will vote to release the files, like Representative Tim Burchett, Don Bacon, Ron Brashan, and many more. Good, give them to me. I want to read them. I want to know how many times Trump's name is in them. I feel like the one John Gruden meme, waiting for these files, and reading all of these emails that are slowly coming out. Will the files be released? I'm not too sure. But I can still say that without a doubt, I've been right this whole time. Give us the Trump files, baby. I know he's all over them. In other news, Epstein gave the Russian government insight on Trump. Nearly a month before Trump met with Putin in Helsinki in 2018, Epstein attempted to give information to a top Russian diplomat telling him, if you want to understand Trump, talk to me. Epstein wrote in an email to Thorbjørn Jagland, that's pronounced so horribly, I'm not great at Nordic names, I apologize, the former Prime Minister of Norway on June 24th of 2018, I think you might suggest to Putin that Lavrov can get insight on talking to me. Epstein said in a follow-up email after the meeting, do the Russians have stuff on Trump? Today was appalling, even by his standards. Saying in another follow-up, my email was full with similar comments. Wow. I'm sure his view is that it went super well. He thinks he has charmed his adversary. Admittedly, he has no idea of the symbolism. He has no idea on most things. Putin's puppet. Like I've said forever, Putin owns Trump. Whether it's, the bailouts from him going bankrupt or even just blackmail. Putin owns that man, truthfully. Yet MAGA still voted him into office. I understand why people say Americans are dumb, because people were dumb enough in this country to not only not look into them, or not look into Trump, but to vote for him 3 times, when he is owned by historically one of the United States' biggest enemies. Trump has no idea about most things, just as Epstein said. He really does not have most ideas. He is a puppet. That's just what he is. Trump is a puppet. He is a controllable and moldable figure, just as JD Vance will be as well. And as always, I'm right. I've been right this entire time. In other news, Trump is refusing to answer questions related to Epstein. Trump is refusing to take any questions related to Epstein after signing the bill to end the government shutdown. After signing the bill, Trump said, I think we have a really great situation. We have a country that we love and a country that is in great shape. After which he would conclude his remarks and refuse to answer any questions at all, and even the ones related to Epstein, flat out ignoring them in its entirety. Shocker. Trump knows he's in deep shit. He hasn't posted on True Social yet. I mean, we can check right now too. I'm sure he hasn't, which is a big sign, and I know the files might not be released, but we can all say that Trump is in them for sure. These emails are a gift that have made my very shitty week 10 times better because I get to watch the downfall of a man I despise in real time, and I find that beautiful. No offense to the rest of you, but nobody hates Trump like I do. I have committed far too much time just to researching that man so I can hate on him. And that is why I say that. I know far too much about that man. It is probably unhealthy, but at least I can say that I hate on him, and I've been right this entire time. In other news, Epstein has said that Trump is the worst person he knows. Isn't that interesting? Another email released by the House Oversight Committee proves my claim that Trump is a top 5 worst human being of all time. This email from Epstein sent to Larry Summers from February of 2017 reads, "Recall I've told you, I've met some very bad people. None as bad as Trump. Not one decent cell in his body. I don't know why I said party. So yes, dangerous." As an expert on Trump, I really love to see everything that I have said about this man being absolutely true. I know I talk about this all the time, but I have spent days, months, weeks researching everything I can about the man, and he is scum of the earth. He is a horrific human being. I mean, Epstein, a literal child predator, is saying that Trump is the worst person he knows. Keep in mind, he had maybe dirt on some of the worst people of all time. Yet he says Trump is the worst man he knows. Epstein, the man who has dirt on so many, says Trump is the worst. Boy, is this a great day for me, because once again, I'm right. How good things should be. Anyways, moving on into our final topic for tonight in our other news segment, the government shutdown has officially ended. On Wednesday night, Trump signed a bill to end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. The bill passed the House and then was passed by the lower chamber of Congress in a 222 to 209 vote, marking the end of a 43-day government shutdown. This is great news for government workers and the people who use government programs, but Democratic leaders should step down after this one. They held out for 43 days just to cave for a horrific deal riddled with things to help Republicans and their donors. Fuck Chuck Schumer, fuck Hakeem Jeffries, and fuck all those Democrats who caved. You guys are truly pitiful. None of you should be leading the party that is supposed to stand up and help Americans. And the fact that you even still have your position right now is disappointing. All of you should step down. None of you represent what the American people need, and none of you are going to actually help the American people. It is shameful that Democrats have just been so willing to give in after 43 days. Truly, it is shameful. With that being said, though, thank you everyone for watching today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. It's definitely been a very interesting day in the news world, that is for sure. If you're new here, though, please consider subscribing. All the support would be greatly appreciated as we are trying to hit 500 subscribers on YouTube by the end of the year. We're super duper close. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. All the support would be greatly appreciated. And if you're on Substack, please also consider subscribing as well. All funds go to me. I would really appreciate it. They help me pay for the things that I need to pay for, like my groceries, like clothing, like all of that. But if not, you can always subscribe for free. I truly do appreciate all forms of support on this content. With that being said, thank you all for watching today's episode. We're out here building a political platform, so if you're interested in a country that actually cares about the people who live here, that provides things for its people like healthcare, like a good education system, a better immigration system, more opportunities in the workforce, I just said a better education system, but all those kinds of things, drop a subscribe because that's my goal to do when I make it into politics. With that being said, though, thank you everyone for watching today's episode. I will see you all tomorrow.